If you have ever been on holiday and come back and felt like you are perhaps a little bit too fluffy, or like a couple of my clients come back with 4 to 5 kilos worth of damage to get off, then this video is for you because I think most people use travel as an excuse to just completely get rid of their standards, and they fear that if they go away with their family, that they are going to be judged for being obsessive if they still track their food or want to spend any of the time on the holiday not drinking and actually training and using this as an opportunity to feel good about themselves. That is just life. That's just how it goes for most of us. Now, a little bit of context here. I am traveling the world for the next 18 to 24 months. And right now, I have been away for 3.5 weeks. I started off in America and I've just landed in Thailand. And after weighing myself this morning, I have put on exactly zero point 0.9 kilos, eating 2,700 calories per day in 4 weeks. Well, 3.5. And during that time, I have been to the south of America. I have eaten out pretty much every single day, sometimes twice a day. And I've managed to drink alcohol the majority of the time too, which doesn't really sound like I'm looking after myself, but I'm going to give you a little bit of context on that later on in the video. So without further ado, here are the 5 steps that I make sure I am taking every single day to not only manage my weight whilst I am abroad, but also to make sure that I am actually progressing, moving forward, and still feeling good about myself whilst I am traveling. The first absolute non-negotiable for me is hitting a high daily step count. And this does not feel as laborious as it does back home because you are exploring, you're in a new place, you are going to be wanting to get about on foot, you're going to want to see all the things that there are to see where you are. And really, it just helps create a lot of space. Now, for me, I have been averaging probably upwards of 15,000 steps every single day, and it doesn't even feel like I am doing them. I'm managing to get out for walks on the beach. I've been exploring cities in the south of America, and I know whilst I'm in Thailand, I am just going to be out and about as much as possible and enjoying this fucking fantastic weather that we have here right now. Keeping steps to around about 15 to 20k per day just creates that little bit more of a buffer. But not only that, it also helps upregulate the glucose transmitters in the muscle cell walls, which means that the food that we are eating is more likely to be pulled into the muscle cells and ergo used as fuel for building size. The second non-negotiable for me is making sure that you're actually staying on top of your training routine. Now, I know most people go away and just decide that they're going to laze about a pool and get pissed and eat shit that entire time. And that is absolutely fine. But if you are watching this video, I'm assuming that is not what you want to do. And for me, whilst I'm abroad, I know there's actually no time pressure on training and that I can enjoy myself in the gym. I'm not trying to cram a rush hour session in at 5 p.m. after work and get home to the family. I'm not trying to get in there at 5 o'clock in the morning when I feel tired and groggy and shit. I'm actually just feeling good. I can have some nice food in the morning. I can wait a little while for it to digest and I can go into the gym and hit some hard sessions. Plus, I've been using this time away as a little bit of time to explore some of the gyms that different parts of the world have to offer, like this one, Ardio, that we found in Nashville, which was run by a lovely guy called Sam, who I got speaking to there. It's actually put me in touch with his brother for some recommendations for Thailand. So you can really create some new connections, use some new equipment, find yourself training in a new space, and it's all new and lovely and wonderful. And you can actually get some of your best sessions in, knowing that you are in a space that's surrounded by other people who are willing to get after it whilst they are traveling too. But as we know, when we are traveling, we don't have access to the same level of equipment a lot of the time. And sometimes that can force us to adapt on the fly. So for me, just working in full body sessions and making sure that I'm getting some cardio in as well means that I've got a huge buffer for the day. It also means that I'm just enjoying my trip a little bit more. Like doing cardio, although it can kind of suck a little bit, if you're doing a form that you enjoy, then it's great. But if you're doing a form that you don't really enjoy, you're still going to get those endorphins after it. Plus, if you're in a nice spa hotel like me, we've got an ice room, a sauna, a steam room, all of that jazz for you to just feel fully rejuvenated and guilt-free before you go out for your evening meal and smash a shitload of Thai food or whatever it is that's available wherever you are. Now, the massive thing that we need to navigate whilst we are on holiday is food, because there are so many novel food items, and we know the number one activity for us when we are sightseeing or when we're in a new space is going out for meals, and there is not a fucking chance on this earth that I would ever sacrifice that. Yes, because I'm traveling for a long time, I'm probably going to cook a little bit more, but I have probably cooked 2 meals since I've been here over the last 3.5 to 4 weeks, and I've still managed to stay in pretty decent shape. And there is one reason that I can do that, and that is time restricted eating. Now, the schedule I follow is not super strict. Okay, sometimes I will eat breakfast, sometimes I will not. But if I am eating breakfast, I'll make sure that I have a relatively decent sized, healthy breakfast full of fiber, full of protein at, say, the hotel buffet, and then I won't eat throughout the day. I find that constantly snacking while you are on holiday, lying around the pool, just makes you feel bloated, shit, and tired. And it means that you are subsequently going to make even more poor decisions when it comes to your evening meal. I actually find that if I restrict my eating window and don't really eat throughout the day and wait to the evening meal, I don't need that much to fill myself up. And it also means I've got a few more calories for alcohol, because why the fuck would I sacrifice my beer on the beach or with my evening meal when I am abroad? Granted, I'm not going to be doing that every single day, but if I see an opportunity to have a nice balcony beer while Charlotte's getting ready, or a lovely beach beer, believe me, I am fucking taking it. Now, you cannot be a dickhead with your food while you are traveling, because it is so easy to smash 2,000 calories at breakfast, 1,000 at lunch, and 2,000 in the evening whilst not moving. And it's no wonder that some people come home and put a shitload of weight on. I was actually working with a client, I'm still working with him now, but I remember he went on holiday in January of last year, and he put that much weight on during that trip that it took us 4 months to undo the damage. Now, ask yourself, is it worth it? If you genuinely are going on an eating holiday and you think it is worth all that hard work just to get back to where you were before the holiday, then that's fine. Good for you. But I know most people don't feel like that. I would be perfectly comfortable putting a kilo to a kilo and a half on after a good holiday with good food, because that's what it's all about. But bear in mind that right now I am at a maintenance phase, and I've only put 0.9 kilo on, and I've still pretty much ate whatever the fuck I have wanted to do. So being in control of your food, and yes, still tracking your calories, maybe using some form of AI tracking app where you can just take a picture of your food, and not using it as an excuse to not track at all because you don't know what anything weighs. That is just lame, that is just lazy, and that just means that you are not going to get the results that you are looking for. The final thing to consider is how much of a relaxed state we are in when we are on holiday. I've spoke a lot with my clients about both the parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest side of the nervous system, and the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight side of the nervous system. Whilst we are at home and working and we have responsibilities, we're generally going to be in fight or flight a lot of the time, unless you are meditating or spending a lot of time doing hobbies or just generally trying to relax. But when we're on holiday, we know we can spend a lot of time in the parasympathetic state. That means we digest our food better. It means that our training goes a little bit better. We generally have better sleeps. We've been in the sun, which tires us out a little bit more, which means that we've got a little bit more vitamin D. Everything just points towards us having a really productive time when it comes to training. Being in a relaxed state is a cheat code. No time pressure, pure relaxation, lots and lots of good food, lots of family time, spending time socializing with other people, doing new things, enhancing your neuroplasticity. All of this is fantastic. So please treat your holiday as a reason for you to get better and not a reason to destroy yourself. If you have enjoyed this video, I am going to be making a shit ton of them whilst I am traveling the world, particularly whilst I am here in Asia. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more updates that are coming very, very soon. Peace out.